this doesn't donk it up. Turn this back on. Turn this back up because it's like very soothing. Alright, let me just look at it again. Alright, I guess this is it. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just loud right now. We had a bit of a technical difficulties with our setup. I had got this new monitor. My neighbor was throwing it out because she said it was too small and too old. So I'm like, hot dang, trash monitor. And I plugged it in and it was fine. But, I guess OBS Studio doesn't like it. So I can't use it as a monitor now. It's got to go back to my old screen. So that's what we had to do, was switch on over to our old screen and use that. Alright, so how about we get started with our tutorial? Hi everyone, welcome to the Mighty Ginkgo tutorials. My name is Zero and I'll be your instructor for this lesson. In today's class, we're going to be doing our union mandated Meshy tutorial. As I am an affiliate with them, I have to do at least one video about it. I mean, I don't have to do it, but they're starting to look at me like, hey, you're an affiliate. You're going to do some affiliation stuff. And I'm like, I'm getting to it. So I'm going to start with showing you guys how we can turn our characters that we built in Meshy, generated in Meshy, and turn them into actual characters and not just moving statues. Now I say moving statues, but I guess you're like, what does that even mean, right? It'd be easier for me to just show you instead of just talking about it. So let's head over to the Meshy website and I'll begin the tutorial over there. Let me turn this music down because it's kind of hard to think. Like, it's nice, but it's hard to think with it on. So I'm going to go over to Meshy real quick. And I'm going to go with to image to AI because that's just the fastest way I can get to my gallery. Ignore these were just a bunch of tests I did. Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to transform a furry character into an actual character and not just a statue. You can apply this on humans. It's just that I know more about furry things than I do about humanoids. Like, how far should a nose protrude from a body? So that's why we're using this. So I use the new feature that they have, the A to T pose generator. At the moment, it's like brand new, so it works sometimes more not than do with furry characters. And they said it's because of the not safe for work filter. As this character doesn't have any clothes, she's considered not safe for work, and it can be a little jumbly. I hope that in the future they'll fix that, because when I tried to generate with it, I got a bunch of weird results, like a gun, a tube, and a bunch of mishmash. We use Meshy. Let's begin the first part of the tutorial. It's generating our model. I used this picture my husband made for me, and that's Furry AI. Remember, he made that how to make furry characters with the Furry AI tutorial? This is a result of that. I decided to use a character that is both kind of naked and bald, because I want to be able to make clothes for her, and I want to be able to make hair for her as well. So if you have a character with hair already generated through the model, it'll be difficult to change it later on because it's fused to the model and you can't just take it off. So when you're making your characters, when you want to do, especially characters that you plan on optimizing later on, is to make it bald. As you can see, her arms are also down in the pose, and that's why the A to T pose thing is so good, because when it does work, it comes out with a really good result. So I generated this character, and it's the best looking one. I think she looks pretty good, and if not, we can always go into Blender and change her later. As you can see, her topology is set to quads because it's a lot easier to manipulate quads than it is triangles. And I generated her fairly low in polygons because I want to maybe add things onto her, and I like to keep things low. In my opinion, I feel like it's better to be able to start off low and generate higher when you need things, rather than to start off high and then trying to decimate down and then you break things. So she's about 10 or so, 10K. Well, she's 9K, but we'll just round up. So once we have our darling done, we're going to download our model from Meshy, and I like to download it in the FBX format. Since we're going to be working in Blender, and Blender has a whole bunch of formats that it supports, you can use any of these and it will still come into Blender. Now, I don't use the actual .blend file because I use a fairly older Blender, and these are usually geared towards the newer Blenders. So I like to just use FBX because it's universal. So just hit download and then wait. But we got TV magic, so I already have her in here. Okay, I'm going to create a new Blender environment for us. So once we are inside our new Blender environment here, nice fresh, we are going to need to install a plugin to help us with our journey. Because back in the day, oh wait, I didn't even tell you what we're going to be doing. I just said we're going to do it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to jazz up the mesh, give her eyeballs, actual eyeballs. We're going to give her a mouth. And we're probably going to jack some teeth from somebody and put those in there as well. Maybe a tongue, because I'm lazy and I don't feel like sculpting out a tongue. Teeth too. On top of that, we're also going to redo the UVs that come with Meshy. Now, if you are trying to create a character that you're going to be giving out, like let's just say, using Second Life for example. If you're going to be giving out this character for Second Life or creating for that, people would like to customize the character that they get. So when you see the UV map that they have, it's no good because it's so all over the place. It's hard to tell what's what. And I will give you a better view of that as I load it up. So let me load that up for you real quick. So I'm going to go to File. I forgot how to import. File, Import FBX. It's been a minute. And I'm going to go to where she saved that. So she's on my desktop. And we're just going to import her in. So you see, she comes in. And she's gray as stone. And we want some textures on her. So we're going to press the texture button down here at the bottom right-hand corner. It's the one with a little checkerboard circle. And that will let us have our texture load in. So Viva la FBX. Another thing that I want to turn on is our gadgets. I guess they're called widgets, gizmos. I knew it was some word. And this will help it make it easier to navigate. So let's click this little button right here at the bottom of our screen. And it's got like a little arrow. It kind of looks like a sunbeam bursting through an atmosphere. That's how I say it. And we're just going to click the little down arrow next to that, and we're going to click this button that says move. And now you see we have a gizmo here that will allow us to pivot and move our character, making it easier. If we were to do this manually, we would have to press G and then move it around, or GX or something like that, and then move it around that way. So having these little grabby gizmos here to move and manipulate it helps make things a little bit easier. Next thing we're going to do, well, what I'm going to do is turn on my screencast so you guys can see what I'm doing. See? That makes it a little bit easier, especially for those who can't understand my rich Philadelphian accent. Alright, before we do anything, we're going to need to install a plugin, one that I made that will help us out with this. You see, when you are changing the UVs from here, you have to do a thing that Blender lingo calls marking the seams. And that helps establish where and how the UVs are displayed on the mesh. As you can see, the meshy thing doesn't really have any seams marked on it. It's just generated here in place and like, here, there you go. And because it is the way it is, let me see if I can make a new window in this new Fandango Blender. Because of that, when you go into edit mode and you look at the UV maps, it is all over the place and it's kind of difficult to tell what is what. because half her face is over here, her butt is down here, the other half of her face is right there, and God knows whatever this is. This is like a hand or something. I guess she has really good color so we can tell where everything is. But can you imagine giving this to a client and telling them this is what you have to work with in order to paint the character? It's terrible. So we're going to be changing it so that it's a little more organic and make it easier for people to paint directly onto. But if you're one of those people who don't want to give their stuff out and you just paint directly onto the model like with Substance Painter, then you really can skip this step and just paint directly on it. It's going to go over there regardless, but this is just for people who are like, neat freaks. Alright, so let's get back to the tutorial. We need to mark seams for this, and in order to do this, we need to have a certain tool to make our life easier. Because if we were to do it traditionally in this way, well, I wouldn't say traditionally, because traditionally they used to have a tab that allowed you to do that, but they seem to have taken it out and thought, hey guys, let's just use the button down here and press mark seams. Mark seams, or press U and then mark seam. Ugh, God, we used to have a button. We were such a decent society, we Blender folk. So to fix that, I made a tutorial. I made a plugin that allows you to bring back the old UV stuff. So if you're new to Blender and don't know how to install plugins, I want to show you real quick. So we're going to go to File. I'm so used to the old one, File. No, it's Edit now, Preferences, and then Install. Go to wherever you download your stuff at, which is for me is Documents. Now here's a download. So here's a quick little thing. You can press this button on the side and uncheck the folders, and it'll only show the files that Blender can open. So that helps you if you got a thick folder full of folders and stuff. If you made the mistake of downloading it inside the downloads folder like I did. So you would just scan down and find it, and the one you want to use is the Mighty Ginkgo UV Tools Classic. Since I already have it installed, I'm just going to delete this because I don't want to have it dunking up. You can just do that, and it will install. Just check the box, and then I like to hit save preference. You don't have to because in the new ones they auto save, but I like to press it just in case Blender crash and I don't have to install it over again. Okay, I'm gonna go check. So if it's done, a little tab should come here on the side. I wonder if it only shows up in edit mode. Oh, it tells you switch to edit mode. Neat. Okay, so when you go into edit mode, you'll see the buttons that we have, and we'll come back to this when we get here. But you just want to make sure that it's all set up for you because it'll make things so much easier. Hang on one second. Let me check the comments. Okay. You know what? I don't even know if I'm talking. Hello? Oh, it's there. Hi. Okie dokie. We have our character in here, and it's time to start giving her life. Now, we don't want to dive into... Let me turn this down some more. Just a smidget. Yeah. Fine, no music. I'll just focus. Jeez. Okay, so we don't want to just dive into changing the UVs. We need to use the texture that's already here to map out the character's features. Because if we look at it in our solid state, it's like this. And if you are like me and you don't know where to cut on here, you may end up with your character looking like a Goomba from the original Mario movie, with the eyes that are like right there next to each other, and you don't want that. Meshy does a pretty good job with texturing, features, so we can use that as our guideline for the stuff that we're going to put in here, like the eyebrows, eyelashes, our nose, and mouth, all that stuff to cut. Now it's time to begin snipping. So let's start with the eyes because that's the easiest part. Look at your eyes and pick which one is less, janky. I think this one is. And we're going to use this as our guideline. Once we're here, we're going to press tab and go into edit mode. And we're going to try to angle the eye so that we got the full picture. You don't want to cut like directly. Hang on, my cat's like choking on something. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Tom, is that you? I'm a coming. Sorry about that. That was scary. Cats, am I right? Alrighty, so, I pause this. Alrighty, so we're getting back in here. I'm gonna pick an eye. I think this one's fine. I mean, like, I usually, this one actually looks better, but, like, traditionally, I always start on the right side. So I'm just gonna do this. I like to turn the head slightly to the side while I'm cutting. That way I know that I'm getting on the right angle. Because if I go straight like this and cut, I run the risk of going up too high and just shooting the eyeball, like the eye hole, off the side of the face. And we want it to stay as even as possible. You know what? Forget. Bunk tradition. Look how pretty this one is. So we're going to go in from the side. So we can start by pressing the K button on our keyboard, and that opens up the knife tool. And we're just going to cut along the picture of the eye. Like this. Okay. Don't worry about touching other seams. It doesn't matter. Alright, and we're going to go right back to our first one. And you'll feel the mouse snap when you do it. And once you get to that last dot, you're going to press the enter button on your keyboard. You're going to check it out. Make sure that it didn't slide off the face. So we got a nice eye hole here. Good, good. And then we're going to go down to the bottom. And we're going right next to the mode select drop menu. And we're going to select this button right here that says face select. Next, we're going to select the faces of inside of the line that we cut, while holding down shift as we click. And it's going to give us the ability to select all of the faces. Now, this is one of the joys of being low poly, because if this was a higher poly, we would be here a little more. Of course, you could always press the C key like this, and it lets you select it on there a little bit faster than that. So just in case you decide to go with a high poly model. So once we have all of our faces selected, we're going to press the delete key on her, and we're going to press faces, and it's going to create a nice face hole for our character. Now I also want to get rid of these little floaty things next to it, because that just came out from error. Oh, from Magog. Alright, there we go. So now she has a cute little face hole. And we want to have the same thing on the other side. Luckily for me, my character is symmetrical, so I can just press A and select everything. And then press Mesh and Summarize, and it'll go. Now, now sometimes when you press that summary button, summarize button to make your mess symmetrical. Ooh, scraping my knee. You can open up this, and you can press which direction it's flipping to. So just in case you were on the other side, you would press this X or Y and keep going until you get the right result that you want. So I have this right here, and now I have two eyes without having to cut anything open on the other side. Next, we have to give her a mouth because we want her to talk. And to do that, we're just going to do the same thing like we did with our eyes. We're just going to open up the K. And we're going to start from the middle part of her mouth, and we're just going to follow the line of her lip. So go down. And then we're going to hit enter. There's no point in tracing up because there's already a line there. And then we're going to do the same thing. Like we're going to select face. And select the faces. Press delete. Faces. And now we have a mouth opening. I think I have a little triangle here. I'm going to press numpad 5 so I can get a better zoom in. And yeah, see, I did have a little bit of a thing. So let's click a nice cut. So once we have the cut done, we're going to do the same thing. And we're just going to press A, Mesh, Summarize, and to the other side because there you go. So now she has a mouth. Now that she has a mouth, we got to start giving them a little bit of innards. So we don't want to have a gaping hole here. We want to give them a lip and some, I don't even know what the inner eye meat is called. It sounds gross calling it the eye meat, but that was what we're going to do. So we're going to come and press tab again to come back into edit mode, and we're going to press A. Oh, then press A again. I'm sorry, that's just a thing I do. Now we're going to come back down here to the selection menu at the bottom here, and we're going to press edge select because we want the edges, not the faces. So I'm going to hold down the Alt key, click. Hey. Alright, so we have the edge select, and we're going to select the edge. Now, while holding Alt, you can just keep clicking, and eventually it will select the whole hole. And then we're going to press E to extrude, and we're just going to pull it backwards. And then we're going to do it a couple more times, just going back. I'm going to press the numpad 5 on here because I feel like that gives me a better look at this. So I'm just going to keep pressing E until I feel like her eye hole is deep enough. And then once it's deep as I would like it to, and hopefully not shifting over to the side, and it is, I'm just going to use the gizmo to pull it over a bit. Now, if you notice that it's going in a random direction and you can't grab it because you're too far in, you can press the soft proportional editor. Where is it? It's this little button right here. It used to be O, but I've tried pressing it, and I think they changed it. So we can press that. And I want to change it to connected only. And click and zoom. Where's my field of influence? So zoom in. So you see the little circle here. And there we go. We can just scoot her eye hole over. Good. Now press E one more time and then press S to scale. ES, ES, then S0. And it gives you a neat little eye thingy here. So I'm also going to go and switch over to sculpt mode to smooth it out. Since I can't tell which one is which. There we go. Smooth. And I'm just going to smooth this hole out a wee bit. Oh. To be honest, that's not really important because you have a, what do you call that? An eyeball we're going to put in there, so we don't have to smooth it. It's just something that bothers me, and it's not really important. So we're going to do the same thing with her lips. I'm just going to turn her over to the side. And then we're going to press E and pull it in. And you see now we got a lip. And we can just leave it at that and then make a mouth. There you go. Now I don't want to make it enclosed like we did with the eye because I want to put stuff inside. You could make it all the way through and that makes like a throat. I'm going to see if I can press, which S is that? Oh, 5 here. It's really up to you. It's like personal, whichever, how far back you would like to create her innards of her mouth. I usually think about that is it, and then I build into it some more. Maybe close it later on in the process of making it. It's not really important. All right, so now she has a lip, a jaw, and an eye. Now, just like we did before, we want to press A in edit mode, and then we're going to mirror it again. Now, this is the fun thing to do when you don't have, like, what you call it's done yet. What is those things called? Rigging. So you can just use that as much as your heart desires. Okie dokie, artichoke. We have a mouth. We have eye holes. It is time for us to make her some eyeballs. Alright, so eyeballs. Easy peasy. All you have to do is press Shift plus A to add. And we're going to add in, let me see. Man, I was hoping that technology in Blender has gotten there where we could have a half sphere now. Nope, still spheres. Alright, so we have our sphere right here. And we only need half of it. We don't need to put a whole ball in there. Although, when I was doing this tutorial before, one of my friends is like, what they like to do is make a half cup like I'm doing, like a half hemisphere of it. And then put another ball inside of it, like to create the whites of the eye. Personally, I don't do that, but I wanted to see what it would look like. Like, now I'm curious. You know, when somebody tell you something, that a way that something could be done, and now all you can think about is like, man, I want to try it. That's me. Alright, so scroll over until you push this little toggle x-ray button to let us see through it. I'm going to press B on our keyboard and select faces. So we're going to select this and only make half of it. There is a key combo that allows you to do this. And I forgot. It's been over 10 years and I still can't remember what that key command is. So I just do it manually like this. If anybody knows it or remembers it, let me know because I forgot. Oh, faces. That definitely helped. Alright, so we want to get rid of this ring and have a nice half sphere eyeball. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to grab a texture for this eyeball. Let me see how this works. Because usually I do this in the old Blender. But people were like, they want to see it in the new Blender. I'm like, not the latest, but definitely close. So here's an eye texture that my friend made. She's really cool. You should stop by her DeviantArt. So if you were to apply the texture like this, you will see that nothing shows up. That's because in Blender, whatever this is, this new Blenders, you can't do it like we used to do and just slap one inside the UV map. You have to go and actually assign a node to it to make it work. So let's assign a node and texture to this. So we're going to go down here first and create a new material. And we're going to name it so we can keep things clear. Eyeball. Now on the surface, we're going to scroll down until we see surface. Try to make this bigger. And we're going to choose Principled BSDF. Now, if you were using the MMD and stuff like that from my other tutorials, you may want to try emission to make it bright, which I like. You know what? I've tried to make it as universal for other people who don't have it. So we'll go back to Principled. Then we're going to go down here where it says base color and click on the little yellow dot. And then image texture. And then from here, we're going to select our eyeball. Give it a second. And now you see, like, wow, we have an eyeball. Well, here's where we want to do. We want to change the UVs from this. And because it's an eye, we can cheat. So first, you would probably go like select all with the A and then press the U key and then do an unwrap. And you will be right. That is how you do it. Another way of doing it is by going to edit mode like we are in and then pressing U and then project from view. And that will give you like this weird 3D shape and such like this. But it's ultimately giving you this eyeball here. But it's a little crooked, don't you think? Maybe it's because of my way. So I'm just going to go back to you and have it be a nice straight circle. And while we're over here in edit, you can make it bigger or smaller, how the UV is and like how the texture goes. I don't know how to make stuff transparent. I feel like I used to know, but I don't know. I usually cheat and put in something that is transparent, like hair from something else, and then I copy the material features of it. Like in the old one, I used to know how to do it, but this one, not so much. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Right now, this is just for, like, demonstration and how to. I'm sure there's some other person on Blender tutorialing that could teach you how to do that. So I got these beautiful eyes, and I'm just going to pretend like I'm working on a doll and them into her skull. Schluck them in. Oh, wrong button. If you find that it's a little bit difficult, you can always change the viewpoint of it to like local or normal. Gimbal. Just play around with it until it helps you out. So view, is this it? You know the thing is, when I was doing tutorial, like dry run throughs of this tutorial, I was just slapping eyeballs in there and they were gorgeous. No problem. I tried doing it here on this tutorial, finally recording it, and now we have all the issues in the world. Now if you find that you have a bit of a problem getting the second eyeball in, You can cheat. Like, why is it locked? Did I lock it somehow? Ay, Dios. There you go. Like, madam, please put your eyeballs in. Alright, so if you find that you have a problem putting the other eye in, you can cheat. You can click on the eyeball, click this, press Control J and join it together. Then select all, and then, go to mesh and make it symmetrical again. And then bam, look at that. 2 straight eyes. No worry. Okay, so we have our eyeballs in. We have this in. If you want to, we can. Oh, I'm like, did I give the body a I did. So we don't have to worry about that. So yeah, we have eyes. Yay! Alright, now what I do is give her a nose because I like cute little sculpty noses. So I'm just going to create another mesh by pressing Shift A. And then the sphere. And give me 1 second. I haven't checked on the comment section. Does anybody have questions while we're doing this? Nope. No questions. Keep on working. Okay, so I'm going to make her a little nose. So I'm just selecting the sphere. I don't know how to make it smooth in this. I'm just pushing shade smooth so it doesn't have any of those weird lines I don't like. Push G to move it, S to scale it down, G to move it again, S to move it here. And then you're just going to pretend like it's clay. Just slap it right in the middle. And then go into sculpt mode. And did I take grab? There we go. Grab. And I want to turn the symmetry on. And we can just pull it up. I don't want her to be Rudolph. That is so weird. No, that's not what I want. I'm sorry. I feel like the thing, I am deceiving you all. This is new to me too. Like, I'm not used to this blender. So, this is new to me. Doing it over here. Alright, so what I want to try is something a little old-fashioned then. Maybe not grab, but pressing tab and going into edit mode. And then turning on the symmetry. And clicking the corner. And pressing G. And just maybe sculpting it this way. Yeah, so it gets all artsy about how far you want her nose to be, how shape you want it. I think I like this one better. I like to try to sculpt it as much as I can and covering up the black. Alright, so here we go. Now she has a cute little nose. I can't really tell because it's like white on white fur. But I could probably pull this out a little more. Rotating the mouse wheel to get that nice fine thingy-majig control of the influence. Alright, so I'm assuming it's straight. Y'all know about all these years now that I'm super blind, so it's probably on the left side of her face. Alright, so we have this here, and we need to give her nose, which I'm gonna name a texture. Actually, I wonder if I could just change the color. Yeah, just make the color black. So yeah, now she has a nose. Oh my stars, that's so dang cute. Now I'm going to cheat some more, and I'm going to take this little nose, piece of nose coal, and I'm going to give her eyebrows up top. Because I think sculpted eyebrows are better than texture ones, because then you can animate them if you need to. So I'm going to try to give her little animated, like little eyebrows that can be animated. So I'm going to press S and scale it in. Twist this down. I always gotta look at them from the top because every time I think I got a good eyebrow, it always does this and it starts protruding. So I'm gonna turn off this symmetry at the bottom. And we're just gonna pull these over. I'm sure a professional is like looking at this cringing, like, no, that's terrible. Don't teach people that. Like I do with the donut. Okay. Let's see. So it's basically we're just tracing the stuff that Meshy gave us. And then we're just going to obliterate the texture. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to join with Control J, and I'm just going to do symmetry so I don't mess it up trying to do it myself. So mesh, symmetry. Oh, no. So sometimes that could happen because when we did that, we threw off the center of, what do you call it? I forgot what you call it. The center? The center of gravity. And I know how to fix it. It's just I never do it right. So I'm just gonna hit undo and then try to see if I can fix it by selecting the joining order differently. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now she's got eyebrows. And for the fun of it, I'm just going to press L and select both parts of the eyebrow. And we're going to give it its own material. Assign. And we're going to make them a different color, darker. Okay. So now we have a character who has a mouth, some eyeballs, and stuff. Now I really need to fix these points on her head because I need her to be smooth. If I want to give her hair, I don't want these spikes sticking out. So I'm just going to select it like we did before. I'm going to turn on the symmetry again, and we're just going to push these back up. So I hit like this. Oops. Oh, I probably want to push that button that merges the mesh together so it won't come apart like that, I guess. Alright, so I just want them as close as little nubs as possible. Because I'm going to use the sculpt tool to just smooth it out. Alright, so we got those little nubs. Then sculpt. Why did she just turn green? What? I'm sure it's okay. Anyway, it's just smoothing out. She can have the dots. It's gonna be covered up by here. As long as it like is flat as we can. So I'm gonna use flatten. And then smooth. Alright. Good enough. Those are like acceptable levels of bald. Alright. Now comes the fun part. Trust me, I'm doing everything I can to avoid having to get to that that other thing. But those are important too. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is first check and see if anybody's got questions, comments, concerns. Alright. No, I guess not. Woo. Okay. A lot of the things that I use shape keys or blend shapes over face rigging. So that is what we're going to go to next. Now I'm only doing this because first, instead of doing the UV mapping, is because I still want to see how things look textured before I dunk them up by not textured. Alright, so first thing we need to do is to... Oh! We're missing a very important step here. I need eyelashes from a girl. Because that would make things a lot easier later on if we do that now versus later. So let's hop on over to our ye old repository of mesh DeviantArt. So, so we'll go to DeviantArt real quick. And I want to look at MMD eyelashes. And I like these because they're stylized. A lot of the MMD library is anime stylized. But if you want some non-stylized items, you can always go look at the XNA Laura, and that will give you game grip stuff. So you can just snatch somebody's eyelashes off of that, or their eyebrows, and their mouth, and their teeth, and their tongue, which is what we are going to do. So I'm just looking through here, trying to find the one I used last time. Was like, I think it was this one. Okay. So I'm just gonna put this over here. Close this because we don't need it. I don't know if I have the MMD stuff installed on this side. Yeah, I do. So if you got the Vroid MMD plugins and cant stuff that I had told you to get from the last tutorial, then you should have the ability to import this. So we have our character up there, and we're going to harvest some parts off of her. Thank you, ma'am, for sacrificing your body. Thank you. Thank you. It didn't want to come down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this head over here. And if you want, you could just take the eyes too. That would help you too, because then it would open up your, what's it called? I don't remember what it's called. You know, the thingy-majig. Oh, it opens up the materials that will go onto your eyes. So instead of making eyes that are exclusive to one thing, you got eyes that match up to a whole bunch of other textures, which will open up the doors for modding, and so on and so forth. It is very difficult for me to use this new blender. I'm trying. So I'm curious though about that. So I want to go into edit mode again with this, and I'm going to press P, and I'm going to separate by material. So that should give us like eye gunk and eyelashes. What's going on with these eyes? This is sparkly stuff. You know what? I'm actually a little bit curious. Alright, so first, let's see. We're going to select all of these, and we're going to press P again, and by loose parts. That should stop this. And I'm going to join these two by Control J, my bad. So it's one eye. We're going to take these eye caps. Let's see what our character looks like with those on. What is this on? Global, please. Thank you. That's why it was so difficult. I'm going to press SD to make a duplicate just in case. And I'm just going to bring these eyes over. You think it'll look right with those in there? I'm going to take these out real quick. Pardon me, madam. I'm going to take out your eyeballs. I'm just going to slide this in. Now that's quite a gap that these eyes go on. And then I'm going to change the center to the origin of the geometry, so it's in the middle. Okay, yeah, so let's just put this eye cup inside the hole here. Press this so I can see a little bit better. Like, that's what my friend was telling me to do. She's like, just make an eye cup and slide it in. Like, okay, sure. Alright, so the eye cup has been seated. And I'm gonna take out these parts again. Loose parts. And I'm gonna take out. Yeah, that looks nice. And then we're gonna edit it in there a little more. So it's not coming out the side of her head. That's nice. So we got this and this. Control J. And make this bigger. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to start doing that from now on. Like, everybody's getting an eye cup. You get an eye cup. You get an eye cup. Oh, does that not look much better than the garbage I had before? Oh, that's nice. Let's rotate it a little bit. I want to scoot this over though. Neat! Look at that! That's so pretty! Okay, so let's put these eyes parts all together. And let's add... Oh, I want to take that out before I jank everything up. So I'm going to remove the shape keys. And remove the bone groups because they don't exist. There we go. And then we're going to steal their eyelashes. So let's grab these and do the same thing we did before. You know, edit mode this by loose parts. And I'm going to press Control J and join them all together. Press S to scale it down. Now I also want to change the origin. To change the origin, so simple. All you have to do is press Shift, Control, Alt, C, and origin to geometry or wherever you like. I like geometry. You can get custom ones and put it wherever the 3D cursor is, but I always somehow have it way back behind it. So it makes it even worse. So I'm going to put on these stylish eyelashes. And I'm going to edit them, but I want to change my proportional editing, turn off connected only, and just have the whole thing go. Press G. I'm going to give her a dangerous eyelash. Press R to rotate. I'm going to put it on her face. See? Isn't that cute? Does she have bottom lashes? Yes, she do. Ma'am, give me those bottom lashes. Alright, so I need this group. And press P again by selection. Grab her bottom lashes. Change the point of origin so we can move it better. Scoot it up front. I was going to make this tutorial like a whole... Wait, where did her... Oh, they're right there. Like, oh, where did her lashes go? I was going to turn this into like a really small video and edit it and shorten it. But I thought about it and I'm like, why don't I show you how long it actually takes? So when you do it, you know, you got kind of sort of realistic expectations as to what to expect. Like it's gonna take about an hour or something to make a character, which, you know, ain't that bad. Think about how long it takes to make a character. So I'm gonna put the eyelashes together. I think they're on her. No, they're on her cheek. See, this is why I wanted to be textured. So we can, get a good idea about this. So I'm just going to press R and all that jazz and rotate it. This is the worst part for me because I have no ability to put things on even. And it's like this in real life when I'm putting on makeup. Because I hardly do it. So when I do it, it's like, the eyeball, she goes here. Alright, I think they are nowhere near. I am so sorry. Hopefully when you guys do it, it won't be as terrible. Let me see if I can turn this. Like, I don't like using, like, I feel like this is like where you would definitely want to have an assistant. Like, hey, put on these lashes. Alright, I think they're on there good. We got it in the front, we got it in the face, and they are on there. So I'm not struggling with that again. So you guys know what that means. We're going to join it. Oh, remove any of the shape keys. Where's the button? Delete all shape keys. Delete all groups. Alright, so we're going to do what we do best. So this is the eye, the updated eye, and it's the eye we started with. So much better, I think. So I'm going to put all of these together. And it's that time again. We're going to hit that summarize. And now we have a lady. Look at her! Oh my stars! So cute! Does she have eye creases? Do we need eye creases? We don't need eye creases. We could take eye creases, but we don't need them. Okay, so you got eye creases. It's time to work on that mouth. So of course we're going to harvest that from somebody else too. Lady, move your head. We're going to take her mouth and her teeth. So let's grab her teeth. Press Control Shift Alt C. Origin to geometry. Like a song. Control Alt Shift C. Origin to geometry. And we're going to grab her. Is it? Yeah, I want to grab her top teeth and do it that way. So top teeth. We think I should put both of her teeth in at the same time. That way, they're the same height. I don't want her to look like she got the chiclets. If I can get this ding-dang tongue and mouth out of here. Gee. Alright, these are her teeth here and here. So I'm going to join the teeth together because I fear the chiclets. So I'm just going to put this over here. E. Okay, press S. And put her teeth inside here. Now I'm just going to throw her teeth in here for right now because we need to open her mouth. To open her mouth, because it's not rigged or anything, we are going to press Tab. And I'm going to turn off that blasted X-ray. Then I'm going to scroll back over here and I'm going to have face select. No. Vertex select. And I'm also going to turn back on our proportional editing. And then connect it only. And we're going to grab her lip, like the very tip of her lip. And we're going to press down. Make sure that we only select her lip here. If you find that you're selecting the mouth, the upper part, you can just grab that and pull it up. And then grab this part and then pull that down. Because it's easier to just put that back into place over here because it's less space. So so now she has a mouth. And this is sticking up. So we put that back down. Alright, so we have her mouth in here. Her mouth is open. Isn't that a cute mouth? Oh my stars. Alright, and we're going to put in her teeth. So we're going to pull those down. Press S to scale her teeth in there. Press, Tab A, P, loose parts, so we can just start putting them on. So her upper should be, her upper teeth should be as big as you want them to be, and her lower teeth should be down here with her lip. So like in here, and then grab her lip again and pull it up just a smidge. Well, a little more than a smidge. Okay. So adjust her lip down here, and we can pull her teeth in. They can be as high or as low as you want them to be. I think that's a little bit good for me. I'm gonna pull her teeth down some more. I actually can change the gizmo to make it scale, so I can make her teeth thicker. Do the same thing down here. Oh. Art, right? Where'd the gizmo go? Ah, dingle, I broke the gizmo. Oh, there it is. There's the damn it, that's the chiclet thing I was talking about. Like, tried to prevent it and it happened anyway. She's like, eee. Let me get rid of this. This is bothering the bejesus out of me. Alright, so there's supposed to be a gap though. So, up here. You can play around with that however much you want. But I think that's as good as her teeth are going to get. I'm going to swipe the inside of her mouth and this tongue because I like it. So I'm going to do the same thing like we did before. Control J to join the two together. Shift, Control, Alt, C. I hope seeing this. Like, and this is the easy way. Imagine doing this manual way, not Meshy way. This is why people charge out the wazoo for this stuff. See how long it's taking me to do it, and I got some inkling about what the heck I'm doing. So we're just gonna slide her tongue and stuff inside here. Put this up here. Oh, yeah, remove the groups. Can't do that in edit mode. Delete the shape keys. Take care of that now. I think I was supposed to put the mouth in first, then the teeth. And not the teeth in first, then the mouth. Alright, so let's put that here. You know what? Who says she has to have a bottom teeth? Get out of here. Just some cute upper teeth is all the character needs. So she's got a tongue. She's got an inside of her mouth, and that's cool. And I'm just gonna put these in here with the character. So she's got the inside of her mouth and some cute upper teeth. Who says she needs the bottom teeth? We could probably put those in, but yeah. Anyway, we have our character. Yay! She's got mouth. She's got this, and it's time to do the fun part. No. Not the part I'm trying to avoid, but give her some basic emotions. We can redo the textures later. I just want to make sure that we got a really nice visual for these things. It makes it so much better. Alright, so I'm always curious, so real quick. I wonder what's not moving. Well, let's just get rid of this. Delete the shape keys. Delete all groups. Okay. To make her emotions and making the shape keys, we are going to start by opening up our data, object data properties. It's a down pointing green triangle. And then we're going to come over here to where it says shape keys. And we're going to press plus and create a basis. So it's going to be stuck in this, and that's our basic state. Now we come with our manipulation. I like to work with blinking first, and then we move on to the other stuff. So here it is. First, we're just going to say R blink. Blink. Probably not with that special character. Then we turn the volume up to max, and then we modify the face. So I'm going to select this, and I'm just going to, whoopsie, no, we're going to turn this on to all, not connected only. And we're just going to pull the mesh down. I'm going to turn off that. Just turn this here. Pull it down. Do the same thing. Pull this up. Now, if it's easier for you to use the sculpted tool, you can do that if you want to. But for me, proportional edit is king. So I'm turn it to the side. And you're just going to make it, edit the mesh until it looks like how you want it to look. So we have a blink. Now if you see some parts sticking out like this, you can also go and turn it back into connected only and grab that part that's bothering you and then make some editing. So, like maybe pull this out a bit. Wonder what's going on with it. Why is this? Alright, well, it's good enough. So now you see she's got a left blink eye. So when we change the state of it, you can see. And then we do the same for the other side. So duplicate. L blink. Turn the volume all the way up. Oh, let me check. Comments, questions, concerns. Nothing? Jeez, this is the quietest group of people I've ever worked with. Alright, let me get back to work, I guess. I mean, it is coming through, right? I am talking. Right? Hang on. Because that's... Okay, I was like, I swear to God, if it's just been on that one screen this whole time, I'm jumping out the window. Okay, I guess I'll get back to it now. Let's go make that L blink. Oh, no, that is the right... Hey, it's... weird. Where did the thing go? The menu? Yeah, what happened to the menu? Oh, oh, is it? There we go. Oh, jeez, even I flip out. Now, sometimes you may need a reference. You can turn on this right here, and when we go into there, you can work on it. Just make sure that you click that to be there. Now, sometimes this happens, and it's like down. Give me a minute. I'm trying to remember how to fix that. Hmm. I don't remember how to fix that in this one. I remember there was like a button you would press in the old Blender. Oh, there it is. This one. You just press the button next to the thumbtack, and that lets the other stuff come here. So we can pull her eye down. Just make sure that you got that L blocked some, because you can pull her eyes down, and the next thing you know, you got the other one going. Because I did it before, and I was like, beautiful. Look at her eye. It's so symmetrical, so pretty. And I had the right eye selected while I was modifying it. So what became a one eye blink suddenly became a two-eyed blink, and I had to start all over again. Another tip for you is that if your eyeball is coming through your skin, you can just dig inside the face and push the eyeball back. You don't have to try to. You can try to make it. Woo, you could try to make it fit if you want to, but if you keep struggling and trying and it's just not going, then you know, just push the eye back. It's not gonna hurt it none. Alright, so. Ooh, that's crooked. This is only gonna be the most painful one, is trying to get the first blink done. That's gonna be the most painful one to do. Alright, so other ones, the eyes are symmetrical unless you want that to be. So now you see she's got a left eye that blinks. She's got a right eye that blinks. And I think I may have moved her eyebrow with that blink. No! Alright, let's see if I can put it back. Okay, so I do have a little trick for when you F up like this. Trick 1. Select the face. Trick 2. Select the affected eyebrow. Separate it from the body. Grab this to remove it back to basics. Do the same thing with the other affected eyebrow. Why is this still stretched? Oh. Why is it still stretched? Oh, dingle. Ah, dingle. I broke her eyebrows. I don't get why that happened with this, though. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can. Yeah, I broke it. You know what I wonder? I'll just dupe it. Control Shift. Eh? Eh? No, is it X? There you go. Ta-da! I did no harm. Alright, so let's see if that blink is still there. There we go. At least we called it early. Alright, so we got 1 blink, 2 blinks, new group, full. So we got a trick we can use. We can use the blinks that we already have. So we can use right blink, left blink. And then we can come over to the side where it says apply. Now, we don't want apply to bases. We want to join as shapes. Oh, no. New shape for mix. And that will give us the mix here. So we don't have to edit that if we don't want to. Let me see. This is. So you see? Oh, and now when it's doing it together, I can totally see where this side is jacked up more. There we go. That's better. So, bling both. Push that up. And this one, we can start working on her mouth. And we can grab this. This is definitely something that we use the connected only for. And you can just pull her mouth up. And you can just grab the corners. You don't have to do it all at once. You can grab corners. And pull up her lip. So now her mouth is closed. Is that a mesh in there? I don't know where that came from. Is it attached? Let me see. No, it's not attached. Where in the blinkety bloop did that come from? This offending mesh. Her eye? Oh, that was her lip. Why is it doing it? Alright, don't worry. We can fix this. Huh. Let's just delete this. Did something from Blink happen? That is weird. Let me see. How do I fix this? Alright, I think I see how to fix this. Let's see, let's go all the way back. Damn, that's as far back as I could go. This is why you save often. Otherwise, I would have just went back before I did this. Okay, I see. So the part of her lip is joined right there. Okay, so we can fix that. So here's the little dot that's offending us. Get out of here. I'm going to press delete, but I'm going to dissolve the vertex and whoa. Break her face. Okay. It kind of makes me laugh because it's like, is this not one of my tutorials? Like, seriously? I tell you how this has never happened during my delete this. Dissolve vertices. And it broke her face mesh, but you know what? Don't worry about it. We gotta retexture her face anyway, so as long as it's not doing it, that should be fine. The blink thing. Okay. Well, it's fixed, so. Let's try putting her lip back. Hold up! What did I just say? Save. We ain't saved once! There. There we go. If you want, you can pull her chin up too. You know, like her jaw, because her mouth is closed. Alright. And if that's bothering you like it's bothering me, I'm about to see if I can fix this. Don't worry about the bottom lip. We'll fix that in edit. What is going on? Is it fused again? I tell y'all no lie, this did not happen when I was working on it. I made a couple of ladies, like 4 or 5 ladies, before I did this, to test it out. And that did not happen at all. The gods of Blender, you know. And put the part of her mouth bits that's falling in here. It won't let me select her mouth. This. There we go. Yay. Yay! It's done. Damn. Okay, so object mode. And now you can see I can talk. So you would have to put more features in that. There you go. Don't worry about her lip. We get it done. Alright, that's it for our very pretty fox thing. Now it's time for the hard part, the one we've been avoiding. Redoing the UV maps. Ugh. Yeah, I'm using a new blender. So we're going to take a quick break so I can pop my bones into place because I've been going at this for an hour and 19 minutes straight. Just like, you know, bring the chest around town a couple times. Ooh. Alright. Alright, oh, I'm like, it's all the way back there. No, it's not. Alrighty, so we have our character. She has her eyeball, she has her things. It's time to give her some good UVs. But before we do that, we are going to clean up this space because we don't want random things floating around. Look, they got extra eyes in there. So if we wanted to, we can give her more like anime-ish eyes. But no, I'm going to stay on track here. Oh, wait, no. I want to give her blushies. We can steal these cheeks. Steal those cheeks. I can't steal those cheeks, sir. I'm trying. P from selection. Like, those cheeks are in there. They ain't coming off. Like this. This, please. Give me. It says it's off, but it's like, nope. We are one. We are Borg. Fine, get out of here. I don't want your ding dang cheeks anyway. No, it's separate. So why in the hell? The gods of Blender. Fine, take your cheeks. We won't need to blush anyway. Who even blushes these days? So I'm gonna scoot her over. Put her in the middle. Change it. Alright, little lady. I'm pretty sure I just broke the symmetric thing again. Shoot, let me see. Just for real quick. Oh, no, I didn't. Poor thing, put your eyeball back. Hit save. Alright. You guys ready? Oh, but let's play with the eyes somewhat. Like, no. Okie dokie, artichoke. So basically what we have to do is mark the seams on here. And that is taking these lines and marking them by telling Blender that this is where how the UV should be framed. I want you to think about a stuffed animal and you look at the seams on them from where it's sewn. That's pretty much the same thing. I really don't know how to explain seams other than that. So usually you would just go over to edit mode and then you would go into our edge select and you would select the lines. And if your mesh has perfect topology like those people like so much, you could press shift, click on it, press alt and click on it, and you would get like a nice straight line down the side. But with Meshy, another generated mesh, the UVs are the topology lines and loops and stuff like that are weird, just a little weird, and that can make things a little bit difficult when you're trying to get a full edge loop around your model. So you see her, as I selected around her stomach, is going all the way back there to her tail, and that's not good. Which would lead frustrated people having to click on each and every single line going down there, accidentally clicking the ones on the side, having to unclick those and keep going down, 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 down. What's that song? Down, 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 down. Until they get the match that they like, right? Well, we here at the Mighty Ginkgo like to half-ass with excellence, and I will show you the shortcut to save you from having to not do that. So what we need to do is pull out our handy dandy pocket knife tool. There's a button for it now, but back in my day we would just press K. So you would press K and it activates the knife tool. You want to angle your camera so that you get it real good. What is this? Okay, that's weird. Okay, you want to pull out your knife with K. And if you look down here at the very bottom bar, it tells you a bunch of keys you can use to help you get better control over your knife. Like you can press the C key. Now, back in the old blenders, it used to be Z, but now it's C to cut straight through. But we're not using that right now because with my experience in this new blender, every time I use the cut through, somehow it goes up the arm and out of the place it was. Anyway. So, back on topic. We're going to line here, and we're going to break... I feel weird trying to say this. It's just... I know how to do it, I just don't know how to explain it properly. We are going to break the UV map and stuff into sections. That's how I like to work, because I'm Second Life trained, so that's kind of how we do things back there. We're going to start with her head, her upper body, her arms, her leg, like her pelvis down here, and possibly her feet separate. And then her tail, obviously. I want to angle the camera, so that it goes underneath her armpit in, a pretty good place. I want to press the K, and I want to start right here in her, under her arm, like right at the place where her arm bends. I'm going to click, and I'm going to drag it straight down to like where her waist is. See, now that's dangerous because it's going to cut up here. This new blender, I swear, this is my first time doing it in here. I just want to get under here, please. Thank you. I want to cut down to like her belly button. How did that cut? Oh, stars and stripes. Alright, let's try this again. I swear, if I was doing this in the old blender, we'd have been done. So let's just carefully go clicking down here, just to make sure that it's right. Okay, so that. I don't like that at all. The thing is, I've been bragging about this to people like, bro, it's so easy. Don't worry about it. And like, it's so frustrating. I hate it. I'm like, don't worry about it. It's easy. God dang, new fandangle blender being a pain in the butt. Okay, so now that we have our line, this is going to be our first seam. You're going to open up our UV tool. Our UV tool. Oh. And I'm going to press mark seam. Then I'm going to go around and press K again. Get out of... How do you get out of knife tool? Dios. I'm just going to press... What is that? Alt? And select the line around her torso. See how that goes? Because she's got this tail here. That makes things a little bit difficult. Go underneath the tail. I'm going to mark the seam again. Because I want it to be just... Oh, if you mess up, you can just press clear seam and it'll clear out what you did. So I want it to be right here, just underneath where we did that last one. So keep pressing Alt and see where it goes. You can hold down Alt Shift to do more lines than once. Mark the seams. Oh, that went around nice. Let's get this nice butt thing here. Mark the seam. And I actually want this because I want to cut that. I want the tail to be different. So I'm going to mark that seam too. And we're going to see if we can get this right up the back so it can be in 2 parts. Don't want it in 2 parts? No, we don't want it in 2 parts. Okay, so we did that. Now we're going to go under the arm. So we can see if we can press Alt and click it and see where it goes. But no, it's going up her face. Dang improper edge loops. So let's see if we can make a cut through her arm like this. I don't usually like it. So K and C and do this right here. Alright. So that gave us a good arm slice. And mark that seam. And let's do her neck. And I'm going to do C again and slice across her neck. Like this. Press enter. We're going to look at it again. And we're going to mark that seam. Alright, cool. Now, fun part. Is that oh no, what's going on? Push the button. Alright, we want to do the same thing around her wrist. So, cut here. K. C. Oh no, I turned snap on. How do you turn snap off? Hang on, let me try to reset it. Go back into edit mode and knife still on. Okay. There you go. K and C. cut through your hand. And then mark that seam. Alright, cool. Now we need a seam going through her arm. Like front, so it's going to be top and back. Because if we don't, it's going to be a tube. So K again. C. Slice through. Like that. Then mark that seam. The hand. The grant penis and the oh, is the Latin word for this penis and penis asses? Alright, so just do the same thing, I guess. K, C, from here to there. Press enter and hope it went over the fingers and stuff. Hey, look, that came out pretty good. And let's close that some more. Oh, sometimes you gotta really look in there because there'll be some open seams. So I'm gonna mark this so I don't lose it. Press K and close this loop. Mark seam. Alright. Yeah, front, back. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. But I don't want to lose the stuff we did to her head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to detach her head from her body. So I'm turning on the X-ray thing again. I think this is it. I'm going to press B and we're going to select maybe a little bit higher. That's good enough. Alright, so I'm going to take this apart. Press P and select. Cool. I mean, that's not exactly the best cut in the world. Hey, it's still doing that thing, like that last thing we had did. It's selecting, but it's... Alright, this blender is so weird. I don't know why it's grouping everything together. Is this... No? Ah, dingle. I do not understand this new blender. Does anybody know why it's doing that? Oh, fudge. Hang on, y'all. Give me a minute. Very big. I need a blank screen. Baby! Wow! Sorry about that. YouTube put me on pause. Okay. YouTube put me on pause until I verified that it was me. Whew. Quite the process, ain't it? Alright, I cut it off. Well, that's the most important thing, I guess. You know, it won't let me move everything. Oh. Oh, the field of influence was too high. That's why everything was moving. Alright, so let's take all the stuff off of it so it don't break. Alright, let's carry on. And I want to go to mesh. Symmetry. There we go. Look. Now it's all on this side. Yay! But our thighs are together. Fudge. Hang on, let's see. Oh no! Her thighs were too thick. They joined together. Oh no! Okay, wait. Maybe we can fix this. Move. Alright, let's see. If your thighs are too thick and they fuse together, separate the legs and dissolve the edges. Oh god, that did nothing. Oh no! Okay, what about just deleting the edges and then rebuilding? Fudge. Alright, you know what? That's fine. I'll show you what to do. So I'm just gonna delete this, delete the edges here. We got this gigantic gap here, but no problems. We just select the edges and we press F. And don't worry about the legs being the wrong texture, because that's one of the fun parts about doing this, is because we're going to be redoing it anyway. So it doesn't matter. We're redoing the UVs. So when we get it right, this won't matter. So just do the same thing. Wait, it looks like there's still some residual junk here. But I had tore it back open and made it even bigger. And there's still some gunk in here. Get out of here, gunk. There we go. Nice clean thighs. Let's fill in those gaps again. I think I might mirror it again. I don't want to do this again. You want to know a real fast way to do this? Is if we press and hold down Alt, select the nice hole that's in the leg, and press F. Then we grab the knife tool, K, and we just cut across. Like I'll do the short one right here. And then we take it down the leg and do the same thing here. Don't worry about the ugly. We're going to be fixing it, like I said. Oh, thank goodness this hole is still here. We could just go through the hole in her leg and repair it. I don't know. And most people say, well, if you do all of this, you might as well have just done it from scratch. But you know, doing it from scratch, you won't have these fun adventures. When would you? It'll be rather boring, very mundane. At least this way you can have a fun tale about how you blew a hole in your character's leg. Oh boy. So we got this, and then I'm just gonna mirror it again. There we go, all patched up. You wouldn't even know her thighs was too thick. Alright, so we got this on this side. Let's go add those seams down because we need a front and back. I have to try to keep it along the line of the seam with this. So I'm going to use my knife tool. And we're just going to go down slowly across the leg. And do the same thing. I want to see, like, can I get... Did I mark the seams on that? Nope. Let me go back. Mark seams. Go check the leg. See what's not glowing. Mark seams. Mark seam. Mark seams. Okay, yeah, that's a good loop around there. Now let's connect this to like what's called the pants leg. You know what? It'd be a little bit easier. Solid. Now I can see. Whoops. Mark seam. Mark seam. Mark seam. No, wait. There we go. Now it's even. Mark seam. I tell you, isn't that button much better? Imagine having to go like Shift C, mark seam. Shift E, mark seam. I don't know if we should go up the front. So that would give you that. Let me go down the foot some more. Look at that fudge. It's going all the way around like it's pretty. Alright, so I'm going to press K and C and go down like here. Cut across here for the feet. No, wait, what just went through? Told you about that dang C. Ideally, it would be like this, right? But it's like spirals. Slowly then. Oops. It's a bit of a dip right there, but it's alright. I'm just going to pretend like we didn't see it. And look at it like it betrayed us later on if it jacks stuff up. Oops. I completely... That's so drunk. Oh well. Mark seams. I don't know if this is it. Should I go down the side? I think I might go down the side. Mark seam. And here. Mark seams. Alright, so it looks like feety pajamas. Alright, so let's do another mirror. Okay. So you don't have to do the whole thing. I think I did a pretty good job. Alright, here it goes. Unwrap. And you can start looking and see what's happening here. So, okay, not the best. You got more sturdier islands than we did when we first came here, but sometimes I want to see what Smart Unwrap does with these. See, that was just like what it was before. Alright, so let's look at it again and see where we dunked up at. So what is the button on UVs? Like, there's usually a button like... Okay, is that not it? Okay, so here we go. And we're gonna turn our this on, and we can see where it is and what it looks like that. So we press L to highlight the part. And this is the back. Okay, so we definitely need a seam going down the shoulder. So let's press K again. No, just doing it. Turn off your... Oh, because I got face select. I turned my edge select back on. There we go. Mark the seam. Connect to the shoulder. Mark the seam. Oh, of course, it's not marking the seam. Well, that looks terrible, but I don't care. It needs to go kiss these edges around here that we cut off from the head. That's what's giving us a wonky thing. And since I can't get up the neck, we're going to pretend like it don't exist. So we're just going to connect that to the head, and then I feel like when we connect it back to the head, then I'll work on that. But for right now, we're going to make a false like circle thingy around here, like a t-shirt collar. We'll connect that part up there to the head later on. Put that around here, like this. Press enter, mark that seam, and then let's press A and unwrap. See how that looks now. So now you see we got a bust coming out. It's coming. But you know what? You can spend forever and a day trying to get that right. But there's a few little tricks you can play. So what I like to do is go in here, now that these are like kind of sort of put together, a little easier to identify. We're going to press L and we're going to find out what's what. This here is the bust and the arm. So I'm going to press P and I'm going to take those apart. Now we're going to work separately on this. And rather than try to figure out what in the blinkety blue blazes went wrong with this, we are going to progress what I like to call Zero's cheat extravaganza. So what we do is we select the front face. So I'm like, press C, press face select. Try to color within the lines to get everything. Because this can be real frustrating sometimes. But we can figure it out. Remember what we did with that eyeball? What we tried to do? We're going to do it right this time. So we got this, and we're going to take out, you know, you just push the inside of your mouse to delete on deselect. So we're going to get the nice arm and the face thingy here. No, go back. Color within the lines. Alright, so we got all of that done. Come over here. Help us at the front. Like this. So this is the front part. I'm going to press Control P and cut that off. I'm going to look at it, see did we leave any parts behind. This for me was easier in the older blenders because I had the thing. What do you call that? The layers. I don't know. Collections are fine and all, but for this. And when you ever take something apart, like when there's like a little piece and you join it back together, make sure you press. Oh, dingo! I forgot. That's a different thing now. I would say remove doubles, but I don't know how to do that. I forgot. It's like mesh, merge by distance. And that's how we used to do the remove doubles on the old one. Alright, so we got a good chunk of arm. Some more than we need, but it's alright. So we got this here, here, and then we're going to press U and then project from view. It gives us this. But I was curious, what does that do? Oh. That's what it do. This is a really big bust. Alright, so here we go. Project from view. Now we have a chest piece. If you are worried about the sides, we can also... I'm curious. If it's like this, what happens if we unwrap it? Yay! It does that! It's great! So now we have a front piece. I'm curious. What's this piece? I don't know where that button is again. Everything is so different. Oh, there it is. Alright, let's see. This is what it's supposed to do. Like, let us edit the stuff, but it won't. Oh, okay. Like, there. That should be the button. There. Dang, I hate this new blender. I'm doing this for y'all. If this ain't proof that I love y'all, I don't know what is. Alright, so what's this weird part? Oh. Let's turn this off. Oh. Yeah, I'm sure it's not important. I wonder though. I don't want to jack it up. Right, so what if we press L here and H, and then we press B and select this, and you see that it's just a little triangle of the neck. Pain in the ass. We'll just throw it in there sooner or later. I don't know. Ah, his head came back. Beat it. Alright, let's do the same thing to the back. Maybe we can grab it here. Deselect all the arm stuff. Be careful around this slick turn. No, we need that. They need that piece, but not this. Wait, did I just deselect? No, that's the arm. Right, so we got all the arm deselected. And you can see why that didn't connect. I didn't finish that connection right there. So that sucks, but we'll fix it later. Whew. The day technology advances and it can do this automatically will be the day I kick up my heels. But in the back of your mind, like when I was learning 3D and I had to learn this, my teacher would say, just keep saying that you love it. Actually, it wasn't 3D, it was when I was learning sewing, and she hated ironing. And her word of wisdom was, just keep saying that you love it, and this is fun, and you enjoy it. Eventually, delusion will kick in so hard that you'll start believing it, and then you'll start taking joy in doing this. So I apply that to 3D. This is so much fun. I'm having so much fun doing this. See, yeah, now it takes the shape, which is good because we don't have to do all that stupid stuff. Like, yay, this is so much fun. I'm having so much fun doing this. I can't think of any greater part of 3D than doing the seam work. Watching it come together. It's like, wow, it's the best part. So, also with this stuff, oh, dingle dangle. I like to give it its own material, so that way if stuff goes wrong, we can just select it easier. So we can just make this front chest. Select that. Oh, it don't need all of these parts anyway. So let me just delete all of this then. This got stuff from the upper body, so this is back. And this is chest, so we just... So then when we join these two together, so we have the back and the chest and they're overlapping, we don't want that. So we just go to UVs and we pack the islands. And it throws your stuff in there nice and easy. Now we gotta do the rest of the body. Whew. And it's a lot easier once the seams are marked. So it's not too long. It's just gonna be a little bit time consuming. Comments, questions, concerns? I can't believe it's taking this long. But let's go. It goes a lot faster when you got music, which I do not right now because I was already on a temporary strike for playing some song. I don't even remember. And they were like, "Yeah, you're muted for 3 days." And muted for 3 days and you can't stream until then. And any money you made off of this is going to the artist. And I'm like, bro, I don't monetize. So this is like what I like to do. I think is the best way to mark seams and stuff rather than trying to sit there and like cut, paste, trying to figure out what part goes where is to mark the seams like we do in. Select the stuff within the seams. Then take them apart and then unwrap. And it will do the work from there. Because before I used to just, oh no, it's more tubular. Let's do this and let's do that. And that took some time. I wonder, hey, do you guys want this character? I don't mind putting her out there. Alright, so we got the front. So I really want to go in there and look. I feel like I want to do this tutorial over again, but on the old blender so you can see how much faster it is. Alright, so cut that off. Oh no, I cut off a piece of her foot. So I'm gonna put C, P. Okay. Look at that, like pants. And I'm gonna unwrap. Now it's pants. And then I'm gonna do the same thing for her back end. Oh, look how lovely that is. It just selected it. Is it all in there? Under the carriage. Yep. Turn that off. And here's the back part. Unwrap that. And look, pants. So do the same thing. Butt. And caps, so you know what's important. Front. Join those two together. Butt and front. And then, like we did before, UVs, pack islands. So we got that stuff in here. So we got the front, got the lower. Let's look at the feet and the hands. Oh, okay. Will the stars be kind and let me have the hands separately? Yes, they are. You know what? I'm curious. What if I do Oh, God knows what that is. Alright, so we're just going to take this off. I'm sorry, I'm so confused. Right here. Take these off. P. Take this. P. Didn't I deselect that already? Is there a dupe in there? No. Okay. Take her feet. Selection. Like. Selection. And her boots. Oh, there's a bit of boot here and leg there. Oh, that's terrible. So you want to take this and separate that. So you want to take this and separate that. And then do the merge. Control E. No. Mesh. Merge by distance. And get rid of that. There should be a little leg piece in here that didn't get to go. Poor thing. We'll have to come back through there and fix that too. Alright. And we still have the tail that needs to be done. There's this little circle thingy right here. So take that off. And we didn't even... We didn't even map for this. Okay. So I'm just going to go back over, edge select, all the way around. Look at that. Nice. And mark seam. Oh, unwrap. And look, tails. Alright, so let's give that. No special characters, please. Alright, so we have the butt. We have the tail. Oh no, did I not? Alright, so front, butt, tail. Control J. Pack of the island. Bayonetta move! So we got this. This. The arms. And the neck. It's gonna be fun. So, now for the... Maybe we'll get lucky and it'll unwrap and it won't be a tube. You know what? I'm okay with that. And it's not because it's almost been 2 hours. Now that's a damn pretty arm. I think I might... No. I was gonna say, I think I wanna, like, do the thing where you, we do the symmetry, but I don't want them to share the same UV thing, because if you go into Substance Painter and overlapping UVs, they'll have a conflicting texture, and you don't want that. So that's just how one arm is. It's not symmetrical. I mean, you could go in there and try to move it, but I don't know what button that is in this new blender. So I'm sorry. Oh, we need to clear the textures. I wonder why the hands are like that, even though they have, like... Alright, let's try to be fancy. Just gonna select it all in the front. Now that I said fancy, I keep hearing that reap. Oh, it's not cut. Oh, that's why. No, it's cut. All I keep hearing is fancy. Cause here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down. Here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down. So that's what I mean, like, you need to do this when you're alone and you can blast music and sing. So I'm like trying my hardest not to sing that song very loudly, very obnoxiously. Oh, forgive me for what I do. I might do a mirror on this though. Alright, I think that's nice and clean right off the top. Good hand. Nope. Got some space here. Alright, let's see. How's this looking? If we unwrap that. Look at that little mitten. Yay! If we do the same thing down here. Good enough. So, same thing. Take off this. No, we don't need 2 parts of that. Yeah, I am not doing that again. We are going to fix that. So, Control J. I wonder if it'll work though. Alright, let's see. Nope, other way. There we go. Look at that. Here, you want to make sure that they ain't overlapping each other because Substance Painter does not like that at all. So can we pack? Alright, cool. So we got mittens. We got this. We got arms. We got a chest. We have a body down there and a tail. Like, what is that? And did we do the? We did not do the feet. Ugh. You know what? The feet ain't bad. The feet look fine to me. Feet look fine to y'all. Feet looks good. Good feet. Yep. All right. Feet's good. Yep. Let's get everybody back together and pack the island. As soon as I ever see where that is, UVs, pack the island. So now, check that out. Nice UV map for the body that you can give to people. It's not put together all too crazily. Now we gotta do the important part. Her face and her neck that we left behind. So Control J, put that back on to her neck. Oh, and his little bits floating around. Dang nabbit. Wait, what happened here? Some parts are missing. Whatever. Alright, so we need to take apart her face. So this is her face. P. Ooh, no! P by selection. This is her head. I wonder how this will come off. We just unwrap her face. You know what? I almost did a bad thing. Let's hit save. Okay. Because if I would have crashed after doing all that, I'd have just jumped out the window. So, grab our knife. Or maybe we can cut right through. Let's see. And go straight up. Oh, forgot edge select. Yeah, good enough. Mark the seam. Alright, fine. No half-assing. This time we put both cheeks in the fire. So grab your knife. Start cutting. So I'm just cutting around the face. I keep wanting to press unwrap, but we're not there yet. So we got the front of the face, and now we make cuts going around the ear. Oopsie daisy. Probably wouldn't have been the best way to cut that. We go up the ears like so. No, I wonder if I can just cut across the ears like this. When y'all haven't been sitting here for 2 hours, then your seams and stuff will be beautiful, okay? My butt is screaming for help. Like, if you sit here any longer, we're gonna become flatter than we already are. It's not worth it. But this is my love for you. Alright. Here we go. It's like it's in there. That's her face. Okay, well, we got this. So we just gotta do the same thing like we did before. Get in there, take off her face, unwrap her face, put her face back there. Thank you. Okay. You know what? Before I do this, I am curious because it never works. Damn it. I knew it. I was like, what if the smart UV decided that out of all the years of blendering that it finally wanted to work? And it's like, nah. There, that's the Sims. One good thing I can say about doing this tutorial is that now I am a firm believer of eye cups. I thought that was just extra, like my friend told me, and I was like, ugh, that's extra. We just plop some eyeballs in here. But no, eye cups. It's worth the extra work. Do I need to take it apart though? Oh, no, I don't. But what's the fun? Cut off her face! So you can see whatever is missing. Now, I would usually just cut in there and make the ears and all the rest of that stuff. But I don't want to. I want this to end. So we have the face, we got this, we have that. We were figure out what to do about that neck. It's just kind of in there. I'm just, I think I demoed it enough. Your stuff will be a little more organized than mine, but it's starting to get hot. And I don't have the AC on high. And I'm about to start breaking out. Oof. I think I might be a butt here and just do the smart UV wrap with this. Alright, somewhere, somehow, some face. What's in her mouth? What's that? Is that like her teeth? Oh well. Y'all's would look much better than mine at the end. Alright, y'all, it pains. Ow! It's literally paining me to stay. I'm so sorry. I want to clean this up some more, but it's starting to get painful. Oh. Huh? It's starting to get really hot, and I'm starting to get stabbed. Alright. I'll probably be better. The ice should be icing, right? Whew. Sorry, y'all. I want to stay and work on this some more, but I'm dying. Okay, so we have this now. We have the face. We have the thingies. Turn on a solid. Whoa! What happened to her eye? Oh no! What happened? Let me look at this real quick. Why in the 7 stars did that go away? Oh, that's because it's not connected to it no more. Yep, okay. Ooh. Wait, let me figure this out real quick. I don't know why her eye reverted back. And I'm scared to mess with the stuff. Like, this shouldn't happen. This should not have happened. Let me press this and make a dupe of it. So I must have... get broke. Okay, basis when we do that. I have no idea why it did that. But now I'm like, damn. And I'm like 2 seconds away from just putting her eye back in there manually because I don't know why it's like this. Wait. Okay, wait. I think I got an idea what happened. I think that's just the texture. Just so that right there, please. Thank you. Yeah, look. It was just a texture there. I was like, wait a minute. I have a feeling. So I was about to jump out the window. Like, God. Stars. Stars. But why is it doing that? That should not happen. Blender glitch, I guess. Alright, there we go. What's going on with her neck down here? Shouldn't even... Oh, okay. I don't get why everything else is, but that... Well, anyway, just pretend like she's a nice little white fox now with a collar. I don't know why her neck is doing this. I can't see. It's the old texture. Okay, so she's got the old material on here. So if we were to just, like, do that, she'd be cool. Okay, yeah. Alright, so now she's a white fox ready to be textured. And with MMD eyes and eyelashes. I am going to hit save because that is done. So now when you look at her, her mesh and stuff looks like this. I don't want to really look at her face because it's a wreck. But, that won't be an issue when we look at it in Substance Painter. I just got them joined because I want the texture. So yeah, that is the process of making your avatar into your statue into an avatar. Now what I do is rig her and give her more facial expression. Maybe smooth out that lip right there real quick. And yeah, that's it. Not that hard, right? Whew. Alright guys, it took 2 hours and 30 minutes to make a character. Given how long it takes some folks to make stuff from scratch, that ain't too bad. It would take even less time if you were just making it for yourself and you weren't making the UV maps and you were just using the regular stuff that was on there and painting directly on the character. It would probably take less time than that. Whew. I'm so tired. Whew. It's done. Hey, Shug. Oh, sorry, I wanted my husband to see it. Oh well. Alright everybody, that has been another Mighty Ginkgo tutorial. Let me put this on here right because I think I'm talking into the sky. Hi everyone, and thank you for watching. This has been another Mighty Ginkgo tutorial, and I hope that this is giving you insight and some expectations on how the process goes. Maybe in a later tutorial, I will make like another tutorial. We can hang out and I can rig her and we can do more stuff to her. But right now I have to go because the heat has finally kicked in here and I am bursting into flames. So I will see you guys when the smoke and the flames go out and when we can meet again and do something else. Oh hell no, I ain't rigging nothing tonight. I'll do the rig tomorrow. Alright, so I will see you guys. Mwah. Thanks for watching. I hope we have fun and I'll see you in our next video. Good luck. Oh, yeah. All the stuff that I use is going to be in the Discord. So if it's not in there tonight, then it's definitely going to be in there tomorrow. And same with the plugin. The plugin is already in there. So if you want that, it's there in the Discord. It's in my thing that says My Blender Add-ons. I gave myself my own channel. And I'll post her inside of the Discord too. So you guys can play along with her. Have a free avatar to play around with. And we need a name for her. So, you know, maybe think of a name for her and show me what you do with her. Hopefully nothing too lewd. Alright, that's it. I'm gonna skadoot. I'll see y'all guys tomorrow or later on, whenever I see you. I'll see you later. Alright, bye. Take care. Good luck on your projects.